The World Health Organization recently put mental health into the spotlight for World Mental Health Day, but mental health awareness is something that we really should be looking at year round. Here to help us create more awareness on this topic, we have Dr. Joe Horvath, a psychiatrist with the Mind Spa Denver. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
We all know why mental health is so important, but I'm really interested in a doctor's perspective and why it's so important.
Yeah, so mental health and mental illness, it affects how we think, how we feel, and how we act. It impacts our relationships with those around us and our quality of life. 1 out of 4 Americans struggle with some form of mental illness, and the thing is that there's a lot of safe and effective treatments out there.
I think that it's easy to see maybe when other people are struggling, but we don't often reflect as much on ourselves. How can we realize that we are struggling ourselves?
Great question. So being very honest with ourselves and checking in, how are our energy levels? How are we managing and coping with stress in our lives? Have there been any changes? And you're right, mental illness or mental health symptoms are like that blind spot in the mirror of the car. Like we might not see it, but the people around us do. So taking into consideration what family and friends are saying and reflecting back to you.
Yeah, that's great advice. You know, we do so many things for our physical health, right? We work out, we exercise, we eat healthy, but what can we do for our mental health to make sure that we're still staying sharp there?
Yeah, a lot of those same things, taking care of our body, giving ourselves time to relax and rest and recover. There's such a drive to keep pushing and engaging in things that give us fulfillment outside of just work and relationships.
Yeah. Dr. Horvath, do you have any advice for starting this conversation? Sometimes it could be a little bit uncomfortable. Some people don't like to talk about it. What are some easy ways that we can just get that conversation going? Because once we get it going, then we can keep the ball rolling.
You're right. So if you see something, say something, and reflecting back to people, like what you're experiencing, like, hey, I noticed you seem a little off lately, or you're down. What's going on? Giving people that space and being non-judgmental so they can feel heard. And when people are struggling with mental health issues, it's oftentimes hard for them to reach out. So by giving them that space and also letting them know that it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah, I think sometimes people just need a listening ear, right?
Correct.
Yeah. What are some other ways or places that people can go if they need help?
There's the crisis line 988. If there's any safety concern, concern about suicidality or something that's going to do something to hurt themselves or others, calling 911 or going to the emergency department. We also have mindspadenver.com, which has resources. We are running an educational series on mental health and mental illness that's run by Dr. Ron Schwankler. That's available for patients and for loved ones to have a better idea what they're going through and what's going on. The next one's November 15th. The class is about 60 to 90 minutes. It costs about $30, and you can call the phone number on our website to get more information or to sign up.
Awesome, and we have all of your information on our website, 9news.com. Dr. Horvath, thank you so much for being here. Great insight and information.